SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, often occurs when a newborn baby is sleeping. Death always comes for the children at night. Like it knows if you were alert or awake, you would never allow this to happen. Over 14,000 children have died in Gaza. I guess you slept through it. Heard the gunshot, tried to ignore the kickback, rested by the children were taken. Wake up from your kidnap. As a country, we've been dozing off. That's something we need to scrutinize. The babies being put to sleep and we don't want to look the youth in the eyes. This Christian nation, too afraid to get its hands clean, so we avoid the conflict game. We beauty sleep during ugly death. How are they not ashamed? The difference between America and Freddy Krueger? At least he knows the children's names. How do we let them slip away? Let this slide. Maybe you think only your generation matters, so you push this genocide. When Trayvon was murdered, 1,000 citizens were ready to put an end to Zimmerman, so just imagine an ocean of bloody skittles. Bullets like questions, the youngins are riddled with whys. Close your eyes. Think of the most precious child in your life. Now think of them lifeless. Open your eyes. This is what someone in Palestine's everyday life is. How can we not see this as a crisis? For Christ's sake, the stone's throw from where Christ lived. While you were celebrating Easter, they were inhaling ether. The air filled with napalm where the kids play, putting out so many fires every day's an Ash Wednesday. When the streets are filled with murder, you can't find calm one day. The babies put their hands up to God or to stop the bomb. This is their Palm Sunday. By mid-December, Israel dropped over 29,000 explosives on Gaza Strip. They did not lose their faith. They still believe God exists, even though they're born on the wrong side of an explosion. Do you still wish them shut eyes? Their eyes never open, but hey, you know what they say. Spare the grenades, spoil the corpses. A child's lullaby with the sound of armed forces. And most people don't want to talk about this war shit, but this isn't war, it's SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. Where the infants die because they send drones. Someone is dying somewhere, and I know we don't stop war. I'm just asking for some care. Think of children like air. Even if you can't see them, know they're precious enough to exist, because I'm tired of us, the U.S., being okay with this. And I'm all right with sleeping nights. The voice of God being insomnia, telling me not to forget his people, even if it drives me crazy, because one day, my daughter will ask, where were you? What did you do when they took the children at night? And I want to tell her, I slept like a baby. I think I want to marry you. You should meet me at the altar. Black woman, let me hold you before a hospital bed never lets you go. Don't you know you're more likely not to leave? I don't want to take you there, but I don't want to take you there. Their marketing is PC, then why people of color can't get no patient care? I got sisters afraid to give birth, too much trauma. Why have a baby if a baby can't have a mama? Black women get hospitalized, murdered by staff and then hospitalized. When it's time to get proof, the paperwork's misplaced. Outward, hard to get the doctors when the document's been doctored. Watch a physician turn my prayers comatose. While holding your hand, I see the ghost of Henrietta Lacks saying, take her home. And I'll put me in a holding cell before I let them hold to the saddles. I will make a surgeon and then surgeon. I'm not just her man. I'm her heart monitor. Her soul beats stethoscope of my existence. Her beats the metronome of God, but you don't listen. Don't value her opinion with your idle mind. Black women say they're in pain, but you don't take it as a vital sign. Women of color are still more likely to die during birth or pregnancy than any other race, meaning this country is still a space where black holes are made of graves you can't hide the plot. A plan to make black families not whole, but in a hole you can't hide the rot. It's hard to make a marriage when a hearse be your horse and carriage, because the medical apartheid you're not. You don't see the mockery, how they all wear masks in the room and you don't think it's a robbery. How they shit on your bodily autonomy. It is March 2nd. My girlfriend has given birth to our beautiful daughter, but the bleeding has not stopped. They take Olivia to a room where the doula cannot follow, and I am afraid she is never coming back. This is what it's like to give birth while black. To give life, you might have to give your life. But I will not give my wife. My smile is something they can't defibrillate. It's a thin line between inconsiderate and incinerate. You are walking down the aisle. People are in suits with flowers. Your father is holding you up. And there is a pastor ready to sum up the most important moments of our lives. The difference between this being a wedding and a funeral is a surgeon seeing the soul that's under the knife. So meet me at the altar. Not as a body, but as my partner. Come home. Thank you. There must be power in our words. They killing niggas for speech. They bomb churches. I ain't up here to preach. Shoot you for moving because they afraid of your reach. So what you doing with your hands now? If you ain't fighting or building something better for your children, put your motherfucking hands down. Don't you know you the sum of sisters and sons who spit summer slaving under southern suns that rose on songs of sorrow and set on death that set you up to live? Can't believe that greater people because your ancestors only had one F to give. That's freedom. Ain't nothing new change. Took off the old chains, put on new chains. Locked you up, put you in 2 chains, let you out, then play 2 chains. You repaid the system when you bought new chains. You put the bondage back around your neck. Noose chains, you free. But they still make money off of you, nigga. Noose chains. And that don't make us mad and too tame. Thought your ancestors were crazy to run, but they knew the both in control. Are you saying America been our Russia and you? Crying. The field isn't a place. It's a mentality. It's a whip that hovers over you like a drone strike. It's CNN Fox News. It's Candace Owen in black costume. It's an imprint. For you to be submissive in a line, think I'm demented? No, I'm on my cotton picking mind, lock picking indoctrination out of my language. Somewhere between a slave ship and a civil war, I lost it, but now my words are execution. I found my solution. I've become COVID. I've become the American Omicron. I'm Chadwick Cancer in Donald Trump's body. I'm Harriet Tubman with a machine gun. Eyes locked on a Southern soldier saying, freedom. Freedom. Thank y'all so much.